Welcome to the Okanagan Valley, home to some of the most beautiful lakes in central British Columbia, and my home. Now, as we drive along the shores of Kalamalka Lake, just on the other side of the ridge here is Okanagan Lake. Further to the south, we have Duck and Wood Lakes, as well as several smaller lakes just off of the main highway areas. And then even further south, we end up at what is called Skaha Lake, and Okanagan Falls even further south than that. Now, the Okanagan Valley is predominantly known for its wine and fruit industries, but I find that it's more appropriate to think about it as a hub for the amazing automotive experiences that are very common in California. Because out here, our summers are very much like Southern California. And much like they have in California, we have wonderful racetrack in the area. That would be Area 27, an F1-inspired, world-class racing facility. Unfortunately, it's private, so it is ludicrously expensive to get down there for even a single day. But any chance I get, I jump on it and I get down there. So, obviously, I take cameras and I record stuff. But because I can't usually afford to go down there very often, we're talking like $1,000 Canadian a day, I prefer the autocross, which is in a parking lot, does very little damage to your vehicle in the form of wear, and, you can do it pretty much anywhere. The weather is not quite as critical, and it costs about $50 a day. So, in my eyes, that's a no-brainer. Now, as many of you know, the channel has been around for several years. I've been in Kelowna, which is basically the heart of the Okanagan Valley, for almost 4 years now. In that time, I've kind of refocused what the channel really wants to bring to you as far as content, and that is automotive-based here in the Okanagan Valley. So, changing the title of the channel, obviously something that's not super common, but I decided to do so to more accurately reflect the type of content you can expect to find here on this channel. Now, as the autocross season has just begun here, obviously that's going to be front of mind for what I'm doing at the moment. Hence why we have several different runs in today's video. And then a little short drive home in the dark, because I've never actually gone out autocrossing so late that I had to drive home with the headlights on. Over the next couple weeks, I have several small trips planned within the valley, mostly just down to the south end of Lake Okanagan, and I was thinking about possibly heading north, just for a quick little day trip, but these are going to be mostly scenic drives, just to get out and enjoy the beautiful scenery, the wonderful weather that we're experiencing, and the crisp, clear air before wildfire season kicks off. Because that's gonna be a thing, and it's never all that enjoyable when you can't see across the street because of how thick the wildfire smoke in the air is. So, fingers crossed that that doesn't actually happen this year, but given how dry and, drought-like it's been, I think we can expect some fires. And I think maybe a short trip down memory lane might be an appropriate thing. Basically, I really miss my old Mercedes, being the C63. It wasn't the most practical vehicle, wasn't the least expensive to operate, and it makes a terrible daily driver. Because it's too small, right? Or maybe I'm just too big, which is why I now have an SUV. So that's one car that I miss. I do also miss my little Ford Focus. The Cadillac, well, it was a Cadillac, so it had issues. Very nice to drive when it worked, but I wouldn't buy another one, simply because it doesn't fit my needs. And then we end up at my little GLA, which a lot of people kind of stick up their noses to and say, well, why wouldn't you buy a car? Well, because I don't really fit in the car. Something to do with being over 6 foot and a little bit on the overweight side. So I ended up with an SUV. I don't see a problem with it because it opens the door to so many adventures. I don't have to worry about going up a little bit of a rough road. I can go driving through the snow. And you know what? It handles pretty good in deep snow, a little bit of slush, even in the sand. Although probably not with the tires I currently have. But you know what? All of this has made me want to say thank you so very much for coming along on these adventures. I look forward to you being with me moving forward on these, and I'm going to jump in the car and go chase some adventures right now.